What we see in these first rounds, the big guns. And here we go, next game, Japan, Malaysia. So heavyweights against new entrants. And you got a feel for the Malaysians here. First game in the big dance.
If you're going to turn up, you might as well get the first lap with the fast car to see where you're at. It's a great way for Malaysia to understand exactly how the landscape is set in Asian rugby.
It's pretty hard to pick anyone out of that Japanese lineup, but if you're going to watch anyone, Nakamura in 64 points last year, and Honoka Susumi in 5, 17 tries, 87 points. She was on fire last year, and the Malaysians, well, pretty much an unknown entity, and it'll be very interesting to see how they go. Coming in for South Korea, Patrick Kwok from Hong Kong is our referee. Another man from the Hong Kong Male Model Society with Craig Chan. Looking lean.
Yes, unfortunately Patrick Kwok's a hand model.
So Malaysia going to get this game underway, and Japan, well, they've been on the World Series, they've been in the Olympics, and they know what it's all about. A team of champions, a team of well-hardened, experienced players as Nakamura takes it down. And I always say any team that has Nakamura is worth about 20 points. Here she goes, straight off the bat. Susumi cuts inside the first one. They slow her down, though, with a good spot tackle. That's good work from Malaysia, but they're on the front foot. Hirano, the other playmaker in 7. Oh, good take down low. It's Pativa Kalolo. And we've seen plenty of Pativa Kalolo over the seasons, and they're straight onto the scoreboard, 35 seconds. And we saw all the big names there. They're all into action. Malaysia thinking, well, what happened there?
Yeah, well, that's easy. I've seen it done before. I've had it done to me before. You just watch the ball go from side to side, but it's the passing. It's always the passing. It's the handling in 7s. It's so important.
Here we go. We're talking about Susumi with 87 points there. An absolute try-scoring machine. Okaroda, 84, 5 points, takes a lot of the kicks. Here's Aggie Poon in 3rd place. Nakamura. And so we've got 3 Japanese amongst the top 3. Nurmatova from Kazakhstan as well. Okaroda with the conversion there, so it's 7-0. And she gets us out into play again. Yumi Okaroda. And it's been a bit of a issue there at the restart. So Paddy Kwok awards a penalty Malaysia. Let's see what they've got under the hood. And it's Maslina with the restart. And taking it into contact is Clarice Euphrasia. They turn over one though. They've got a wily old defence, Japan. You go into contact, you're going to get challenged. Nakamura sends it wide to Okaroda. Susumi tries to get on the outside. Good tackle coming in from Rosliana. They're on the 22 now. Front foot Nakamura. And they're just probing and they see the gap there. And this time it's Riho Kurogi. She goes under the post there. Clutching it here was Emily Chua. And while they had the ball momentarily, but they were dispossessed rather easily.
Well, it's the point of difference. It's the difference in experience. It's the difference in having your game and your mentality shaped while you've been under pressure and under fire from the likes of New Zealand, Australia, France. I mean, these teams, they may be handing out the big bashings in the World Series. Japan's one of these squads that really do learn. They learn very quickly. They make very few errors. They've got wonderful handling, great decision making. They're one of the best teams in rugby to watch. I think this Japan's women's 7s team have seen it for a long time.
And they do it with a smile, don't they? They're cheerful, happy bunch.
Do.
They love their rugby. They're a great unit. Not the biggest team around, but put them together. Their teamwork is just outstanding. Their knowledge, their vision. Here we go, Pativa Kalolo again.
Oh,
look at the footwork
beautiful
there. Oh, look at that. She dances down the middle of 4 Malaysians. And you call it the big dance. She's brought the dancing shoes. Second try for her. And let's look at that replay for a lesson in short space work with the hot feet.
Well, yep, for youngsters watching, look at that. Sized up the first one. Admittedly, Not the best attempt by the Malaysian defender. Probably hasn't seen anything like that come down the line at her before. So they're going to walk away from this game already, Malaysia. They're going to get a videotape of them playing the very best side in Asia, and they're going to get the opportunity to learn a massive amount. It's a great opportunity. It may not feel so great while you're out there, but this is the starting point for Malaysia Sevens and the women's.
And that video will come with first-class commentary as well, and
Absolutely.
deep insights. And here goes Okaroda, and they won that just too easily from the restart. We said before, these newer teams struggle how to contain the restarts. Here goes Pativa Kalolo again, into the hands of Kagawa. And Kagawa's going to go in all the way. Meliua Havil Kagawa, first time we've really seen her on the circuit too, so she's an unknown quantity to us. And she's just told us that she knows the way to the try line. Try number 4, Japan. And there's a smile. So the tries 3 coming down this left flank in this first half.
Just again, the finishing moves. And you'll be noticing in the viewing audience just how accurate the passes are between the Japanese players. Big margins to work with. If you can put the ball on the spot, you can make things happen.
Okaroda decides to go deep this time, give the Malaysians a chance. Here is Aziz. And she goes into heavy contact, but she gets easily dispossessed by Ito. Puts in a good tackle, ball and all. And again, those just, oh, that one just juggled, but taken again, the try scorer. She's got her eye in, she'll be happy. No respite from Patrick Kwok there, just pinging the Malaysians. Okaroda sets off. Head high, says Paddy. And here they just want to give their line out a bit of a run by the looks.
That breeze is getting pretty strong down that touchline. It's a funny old left and right breeze. It certainly starts up in the top corner, but it finishes down in the bottom corner that you're looking at now at a real rate of knots.
First line out of the game. Look at the towering height they get there. Hirano fires that one away to Okaroda. She takes on 2 and they just get their fingers on her. Hirano comes looping around, and that's an easy one for Yume Hirano. And good seeing her again as well. A playmaker, a try scorer. Her and Susumi, you can guarantee they'll be up the top of the try scoring ranks at the end of tomorrow. She goes in for number 1 and try number 5 for Japan.
Well, for mine, Hirano is probably the heiress to Nakamura's crown, I think. Very complete rugby player, super intelligent, turns up at the right times, has great skills, but right there on those key moments, like Nakamura, she is right there and good to go.
So the hoot is gone. There's time for one more here. They've put on 5. It's 31-0 in this first half. And Malaysia scrambling backwards just to contain that one. They wouldn't mind just kicking this out, I'm sure. Here goes Clarice. It's hard work, isn't it? Just trying to get any change out of this defence. And it doesn't happen when you're knocking the ball on like that. And swooping it up from the floor with Susumi into the hands of Okaroda. And they do get a 6th. And as usual, pretty cheerful, pretty happy about it. Look at the sun on the face there, it's hot. First try of the series to Yumi Okaroda, out to 36 points to 0.
Good support play.
Just the instinctive play by Japan to swoop on that, look up, pop it, someone's always there. The conversion is good. So it's a massive first half score here, one of the biggest we've ever seen. Malaysia getting a schooling here. 38-0 they'll trail Japan after just 7 minutes. Yeah, look at the faces there of the Malaysians. welcome to the big show. They probably knew what they were up against. They would have done their video work as well. It hasn't helped that the couple of chances they've had, they've either knocked it on or gone into contact and spilled it, giving the ball straight back. And here's coach Nick Safwan Ismari just going over again. They want to take a few key learnings away from this, won't they?
Oh, terrific opportunity. It's should be exciting for his players. They might be feeling pretty overwhelmed at the moment. Why wouldn't you be? But you worked hard to achieve the first goal of putting yourself in the position. Now you might as well enjoy it as much as you can. Thai team sitting back, relaxing.
If you're on the Facebook, you'll know that you're on asia.rugby. If you're not on there, you can get on there, follow us, follow the news, the highlights, the videos from all divisions of Asian rugby. It's a good time to be following during this Top Tier 7 series on Instagram, Asia Rugby Live. Some of the best images of rugby. There's a Japanese rugby supporter. How good are they?
Malaysia.
And on Twitter, at Asia Rugby, with tweeting is your Tweety Pie. Second half then, looking down the barrel of one of the biggest scores in Asian rugby sevens. That one really not going to 10, but it was only a couple of millimetres short. She is super precise, Okaroda. Malaysia with an early chance in the second half as they bring it back to the dot. This is Emily Chua. There's something going on here. The hands are good. There's a high one to Rashmad Ismail. And this is good for Malaysia. They're getting deeper into the Japanese half as Siti Fatima takes it to ground. That's good quick recycling. Coming out of the blocks though is Nagata and puts the heat on the Malaysians. And this time they put the boot in. Was that a good move? They've got a sweeper. It's Susumi. And this is a good chase coming in here. Susumi's going to have to show some class there herself. And in fact, it was Hirano, I think, at the end. Does the job and a good chase, and they win the scrum. So that's much better from Malaysia.
Well, there you go. Kick is only as good as the chase that goes after it. That was as good a chase as you can make. Forced an error out of Japan.
Okay.
Nice work from Malaysia. Good kick though.
Wait for the ball, then you push. So the ball is out, okay? Same as you guys.
Let's see here.
Cross.
Did Japan have the intention of...
Point. Six.
It's just the forward pass there, and that was a result of pressure, wasn't it?
Yep.
Japan go for the push, but they get it out quickly through Emily Chu, and they fire it wide. This is Aziz. Tries to get on the outside there of Hara. Can't do it. I'm sure the Japanese are enjoying a period of defence here. They know they're going to get tested later today by Hong Kong. Here they come again and just gunning for the gap there and getting bumped off is Kagawa. Good retention from Malaysia. And a dodgy bounce, and as it popped up, it's got a little touch on the hand there, so their best phase yet, for sure, by Malaysia. Let's hope they can grow from that. There is Siti Fatima, number 3, with the braided hair. So 2.5 minutes gone, and no score from Japan. As a couple of subs. Off goes Pativa Kololo and Otake. Otake coming on. And the big smiles from Pativa Kololo. She bagged herself a brace.
Point. Sit.
It's a steady scrum to work from. And here goes Susumi. She's straight around the outside, and she's going to make a beeline for the post here. The little number 5 here, she's going to pick up her first try of the series. All business. Look at that. Cool and calm.
In the end, Malaysia just not able to cover. The threat looming up on the outside. Well, pretty simple. As the Earl of Curtin would say, there's no substitute for gas.
Very true, and interesting to see her, Susumi, going in and playing scrum half there. It's, Hirano's still on the field. Just mixing things up a bit from the base of the scrum there, able to go 50 metres. Conversion was missed, so it's 43-0. Looks like Okaroda's off the field as well, so we're getting a chance to see all of the Japanese players here in game number 1. The Malaysians down, stuck in their 22. Hara comes in with the very low chop tackle. They managed to squeeze it back to Malaysia, and a bit of a straightening here, and that looks good. Aziz goes straight through the middle, got a bit of gas about her too, and the pass wasn't so good, unfortunately. She might have taken that last defender on. Anyway, it's quick ball. Their ruck speed's increasing, the Malaysians, and they've thrown out a wild speculator. Clarice there has to take it on the bounce and steady the ship. Siti Fatima is getting in with a couple of big passes. Can she get the return? Yes, she does. Tries to get outside Nagata. Good tackle from Nagata. Up to the halfway, and this is excellent work from the Malaysians. Japan, they're slowing them down, but they're unable to get the turnover yet, and they're very famous for that. Here comes another bit of work from Aziz. Steps off the left, goes through the defenders, into the Japanese half. Isa there picks it up, and they're not afraid of this Japanese defence, and that's good to see. They're not overawed. And just staying on her feet, barely, was Hara. They win it back finally. Broken play now, this will be dangerous. This is
Great work.
Hara, and look at the footwork there. Hirano's on the inside as ever, and she bolts away for try number 8. Great turnover. Good eyes up to see the gaps.
Well, terrific work at the breakdown, wasn't it? The tackle was made, got in a fantastic position down low, hands around the ball early. The referee was always going to award the penalty, I think, if it didn't turn into an advantage. And a great bit of work from, I think, Okaruda. And Japan under the sticks one more time. Some notes being compared on the far side.
Malaysia with a change. On comes Shania Baduk. And it's Hirano with the restart. So here she goes again, and that one looks right on the money, doesn't it? Oh, that's fantastic. Very hard to defend. That one looks slightly high, and one of those unfortunate ones as the player goes down, the arm comes swinging in. Look at this now, they're just playing with this defence off the left twice. This is Nagata. They're on the 22 now. In there to get it, Fumiko Otake. Straightening up is Kagawa. 50-0 now. The hooter sounds. Is there a chance for one more to beat the Chinese score earlier? And no, they've thrown it across the touchline. And that'll be the end, says Paddy Quat. Japan have stepped up, and they've only scored the 2 tries in the second half, and that was a much better performance in the second half from Malaysia, but they've gone down 50 points to 0 here. We are underway with these two teams.
Well, Japan, they put their marker on the ground. So, front runners, China, Japan. It's looking like it's going to be a big old showdown between those two at some point. Probably more than once on the tour.
That's right. There we go. So one round underway. Japan and Hong Kong in Pool C with the wins. Impressive starts by those two teams, but by no means Sri Lanka and Malaysia embarrassing themselves. Malaysia with the 0, but they came back hard in that second half. And in Pool D, China with that big win. 61 points, it's got to be a record. Kazakhstan took their one. narrowly, and they are the front runners, but Thailand, Singapore, well, Thailand we know can perform on their day. So there we are after the first round. We're going to switch now to the men's side of the draw. It's going to be the Philippines versus Korea. We get straight underway with a big one, Jed.
I might just say about that